What's up, the squad? Back with another video. Y'all seen the title was going down. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for me. Please, y'all see it in the title. Y'all see it in the title. Not even gonna lie, pretty wild. First off, we gonna start off with this. Which is absolutely insane to me. Y'all know how Jasmine Crockett is. Honestly, I can't even say stuff that she says, stuff that she does is surprising. But it's literally something every day. Jasmine Crockett claims that all political violence is coming from MAGA, not the left. We've seen multiple videos of the left doing outrageous things, time and time, all the time. I literally, when I first started doing these videos, what was it? When I first started, first of all, okay, let me start off by saying this before we even get into the first few videos that I did was starting these political videos that I do. I did a video. I think it was like I forgot what the video was, but I know one of the videos was just knowing the truth about the Republican Party, Democratic Party, stuff like that. And it obviously came from other sources, other channels. It's nothing just straight from the right, but I got a lot of hate. From people that are obviously they on the left. From my YouTube channel, if y'all don't know, I used to do a lot of music reactions. So when I was doing those music reactions, I had a lot of people obviously that were Democrats, and people coming from the left. So I had a lot of people talking crazy to me. And like I said, most of it was coming from, mind you, I didn't jump straight in and right. And even if I did, I want to learn. I come from a Democratic family. I come from a Democratic family. So wanting to learn, it speaks a lot. Knowing on, that was what, 3 or 4 years ago, about 3 years ago. So just me being young and just wanting to know because I never knew anything political, I felt like it was definitely important. But a lot of that, and I, not so much, well, I guess you say violence, just being violent, just talking crazy, and things like that. I got that, and then I reacted to a video of it was a black man. It was a black man going to a Trump rally. And when I watched that video, I always wanted to know because coming from a Democratic family, my dad would always tell me, that Trump supporters, they're the R word, they this, they that, and literally tell me that. So I believed it, knowing me, I don't know anything about, anything political. I'm just looking at, him and mind you, I only know Trump. I knew Trump, obviously, back then, before I got in this, I think even before then, because I kind of knew who Trump was and like what he did, but I know him from Home Alone. So when I seen him at Home Alone, I always, wonder what he did and stuff like that. That's like one of my favorite Christmas movies. But I would, sit and just like, dang, like, I wonder why, I wonder. So when I got into these, it helped me out a lot, and seeing that man at that Trump rally and seeing how the left was acting towards not only to the Trump supporters, but to that black man, not even knowing that he's just trying to learn, it shows that right there. So Jasmine Crockett claims that political violence is coming from MAGA. That's dead. I feel like that's corny. I definitely feel like it's corny. And you got to hear Jasmine Crockett says Republicans have approached her and said they really like her. Honestly, like I said,
Republicans poll all the time, and I have no idea what all is happening in their polling, but I can tell you in real life that I've had a number of Republicans that approach me as they see me out and they say, hey, I just wanted to let you know that I really like you. Like, we come from completely different parties, but I believe that you are fighting for the people. I believe that you are trying to do what's best for all of us. I may disagree with like how you feel like we get there, but I agree with your fight. And I think that that's what's scary for them is this idea that it's not just, say, black folk that are listening to me.
She knows she lying. And then she always got to throw race in there. That's one thing that she loves to do. The View loves to do. I haven't actually seen a View video in a while. Maybe gotta check that out. I know y'all don't like it, but I'm gonna see what they talking about. But anyways, what I think about it is that she always loves to, throw that race. And I knew she was gonna say something about, black people or something like that. But And that has nothing. I feel like a lot of it, and I get tired of that too. I get tired of that too. You know, when people think right, they automatically assume, oh, it's all, you know, it's all about, or it's all white people. It's all. Listen, like I tell anybody that I come across that really don't know anything, you know, political, and I'm still learning as I go. Is you know, and they ask me sometimes like why, and a lot of times I kind of, you know, leave it alone, but a lot of times I just let people know like this is why I feel this way, or I just tell people just watch my videos. Y'all see how I feel about a lot of stuff. You know, that's just how it is, and that's just how I feel, you know, about a lot of this. But then again, saying Republicans that approach her saying that they really like her, I feel like that's definitely cap. I feel like that's definitely cap, because let me tell y'all something. There's Democrats that don't even like Jasmine Crockett. Her colleagues, even. You know what I mean? And her colleagues. Check out what she says here.
They are cheating. Say what it is, okay? Listen, if your policies are so popular, Mr. President, then trust that the American people are happy. And so you don't have to worry about the fact that the Democrats actually should have control of the House right now. The Republicans cheated in the state of North Carolina to make sure that they could get 3 pickups. And guess what? Ultimately, they ended up controlling the House by exactly 3 seats.
Listen, I will never steer anyways. Y'all heard it. Said they're cheating. You know, say what it is. Okay, listen. If your policies are so popular, Mr. President, trust that the American people are happy. Says the Democrats actually should have control of the House right now, but the Republicans cheated. Let me tell y'all something. I never want to steer anybody wrong. Steer anybody wrong when it comes to not wanting to, how should I say this? Obviously, I don't want to tell somebody this ain't for you. You shouldn't have this job. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. I don't want to tell nobody that. I really feel like Jasmine Crockett needs like a new job. She needs something else to do, because I feel like this is something that's not for her. I feel like she's failed a lot of people, and I'm gonna show y'all why. But there's a lot of people, especially, you know, TX30 that are not looking our way no more. They're definitely looking Sheldon Daniels' way, but they're not looking our way no more at all, because all you get is lies coming out of her mouth. And then in this video, she calls people that supported Trump, Trump's family, anybody that's voted for Trump, uneducated.
Most people voted the wrong way because they were uneducated, and that's not to call them dumb, but literally life sometimes is life, and you're trying to keep a roof over your head, keep food on the table, trying to make sure that your kids have what they need, and so you're not tuned in to the endless.
And this is exactly what happens when you have people that obviously are on the left. I'm not even gonna say on the left. I'm gonna say this. This is what happens when you have people that really don't know who to vote for, and they just go and vote because they hear a woman that speaks like they speak, or act the way that they act, and do what they, you know, she's making TikToks and she's doing this and doing that. So you have people that are literally living in bad areas even, and listen to her say ignorant stuff like this. You know, you have her saying ignorant stuff like this, to where it's like listen right here.
Is life, and you're trying to keep a roof over your head, keep food on the table, trying to make sure that your kids have what they need, and so you're not tuned in to the endless news cycle, or you don't know what the truth is. Y'all.
So she sits there and calls them uneducated for them to tune in their head. You gotta think like them a little bit. Think like them. Think of a person that really don't know much about anything political, but yet they live in they at the crib. And it's not for everybody, but just take it. Put yourself in somebody's shoes. They're at the crib. They're not in political, anything political. Say they live in the hood, or they just live in an area that's not so good. You know, and they're not trying to pay attention. They trying to survive every day, meaning food, you know, drinks, you know, clothes, and caring for their child, you know, trying to and not to use an excuse or not to, you know, get into anything political, but just their focus is elsewhere. But then you come across a video like this on TikTok, or somebody were to share it to you or anything like that, and you hear, you know, Jasmine Crockett say, oh, well, they seem to be uneducated, you know, who they seem to do this and they seem to do that. And you get these lies spread into these people's heads. Who do you think they are going to vote for? Who do you think they are going to support? Are they going to support, you know, the person that's actually doing something, you know, that's in the White House right now? Or are they going to support somebody that is talking ghetto and speaking ghetto? Most likely, them not knowing nothing and hearing that Trump is a bad person and he's this, he's that, Trump administration is this. And then they got this woman that thinks she's ghetto with long eyelashes and different wigs, you know, not to throw that out, you know, to anybody that's went, because let me tell y'all something. When it comes to the, you know, the whole wig thing is one of those things that I gotta definitely talk about, because, you know, people, you know, do tend to get sick, have to wear wigs and stuff like that. So it's not that I'm just talking about Jasmine Crockett. But you have a person that's like this, and the long nails and speaking ghetto and cussing and this. Who do you think they're gonna go for? Who do you think they're gonna listen to? And that's the point that I try to get across, and that's why it's important for me and others like myself that expose her lies and try to get the information out there, because it's important.
You need to connect the dots. You need to tell them if they're losing out on their $6 a day in SNAP benefits, it's because of the people in power. If they're about to lose their Medicaid, which may be called something else in the state of Georgia, y'all need to learn the Georgia name for it and say you about to lose it because of them. If you've got somebody that's got a high risk pregnancy right now and they're saying, I got to leave the state because I may end up, because we saw what happened to that young lady that they decided there would just be an incubator.
And this is what they continue to do, is to scare people. And then people again.
Incubator. Like, you need to connect the dots and let them know that you don't have to live like this, that you can have better, but you have to decide that you are going to do your part to make sure that you are fighting for the life and the future that your children deserve. And that means showing up and being educated, not being played. I don't care what no celebrity nothing says. We all got cell phones. Y'all need to Google and figure it out for yourself. Don't listen to that random rapper who think they about to get some kind of tax rebate, which they probably are, but that ain't got nothing to do with you, because you don't have the money that he got.
Like I said, I don't wish nothing. I wish nothing bad on anybody. But at the same time, I don't see how anybody likes or supports Jasmine Crockett. Honestly, don't at all. I'm not even gonna lie. She sits here and go on this whole rant, you know, and say, you know, people that voted for Trump, or people that support Trump, people that's looking Trump's way, are uneducated. Sit there and talk crazy, say this and say that, but then you ducking Barron Donalds. I mean, make that make sense. Check it out.
My team would schedule events, and I would go into different arenas, you know, different symposiums, conferences, everywhere, talking about the president's agenda, what we were going to do to make America great again. And one of my colleagues, you know her, she was supposed to debate me a couple times. The president refers to her as Crockett. And so Crockett was supposed to debate me. And a funny thing happened. Her schedule would always change. I would be ready to go. My team would say, all right, sir, she's coming in, you're going to debate about this stuff. And it would change. And miraculously, she couldn't do it. I think I remember one time we were in Philadelphia, and we were supposed to do a debate for NPR. And all of a sudden, her schedule changed. And the reason why the schedule kept changing is because we understood very quickly that when you try to debate somebody who knows the facts, has the substance, brings common sense, and has a better argument, it's better for your schedule just to change.
Exactly. And I feel like it's definitely important, you know, to have for this debate to happen. And I know y'all probably like, you know, everybody had a different opinions on it, but I feel like it was definitely important to happen so people can see for themselves on how ignorant, you know, she could be. Like, not even trying to be funny.
It might be better for you to just find something else to do. You see, we live in a country where it is your voice that is what truly matters. Not a lot of us who are on stage or even do TV interviews or on social media. It is your voice. And the way we expand that voice is that we need hardworking people from all walks of life who decide that they're going to give a little bit of time to this experiment called America. Just a little.
I like that though. I like that. One thing about it, is that I don't like the fact that, you know, she avoided, and I'm not even gonna say avoided. She is avoiding many debates. I feel like it definitely is important. It's definitely important. You only see Jasmine Crockett when she's, you know, on a little TikTok video or somebody's asking her a question in the hallway and she's going up and down the hallway doing nothing, or a podcast. You don't really see Jasmine Crockett. I haven't seen Jasmine Crockett debate anybody, but I would definitely like to see it. I would definitely like to see it. She won't do it though. She won't do it. Obviously, I'll see Sheldon Daniels that says something. Byron Donalds that says something as well. As y'all can see, God, please fire Jasmine Crockett. Texas deserves better. Y'all, they literally got people saying, they got signs. Fire Jasmine Crockett. Take back Dallas. Many people are literally wanting Jasmine Crockett out of there. Not even gonna lie. Then you got Sheldon Daniels. If you're tired of chaos, insults, circus, and Congress, help me replace Jasmine Crockett with real leaderships. I'm running in TX30 to restore faith, family values, and freedom. Let's win this. So you can go on his website. Literally, it says Daniels for us.com. Y'all can find this. You can go pledge to vote and donate. This is the map of Texas, U.S. House District 30. So in this area, y'all can definitely, sign up here. And, you can join the team. It says join the team, Sheldon Daniels. You got the pledge to vote, volunteer, and you can also donate. This is danielsforus.com. So y'all go check that out. Y'all let me know y'all comments and thoughts on this video. Definitely appreciate y'all. Glad to be back. Missed a couple days, but you already know. Definitely stay tuned for the next video. Catch y'all next one.